Right. Right.
This here is a cutaway engine for a Thames Trader lorry.
A cutaway engine for a what?
A Thames Trader.
Thames Trader. What would a Thames Trader be?
That's a Ford. Yeah,
Right.
I showed you the photograph of some of them down there.
Yes, yes.
That's one of the lorries I had in here.
Right, that's out of a lorry.
Out of a lorry, yes.
Right, okay.
And it's a six-cylinder engine.
Right.
I had people here 18 months ago from Australia, and the lad that was here from Australia, he was visiting cousins, and he wanted to see a couple of collections, so he spoke to his next door neighbour to see if he knew of any collections, and he came here. So we're standing beside this engine, and he was blown away by it. He says, I'm in Australia 50 years.
Never seen one.
And the last job I did before I went to Australia was a garden engine out of a lorry. I had to do a cutaway job, same as this here. And he says, I stood beside an engine like that, and it showed me what to do and how to do it. And I did a great job on it. Then he says to me, do I know any history of that engine? I says, a wee bit. I said, it was built in 1963 for the Commercial Motor Show in London. And then I went to Leeds Tech. And then, bleep, bleep, bleep. That's the bloody engine I stood beside when I had to do that.
Oh my goodness gracious.
He couldn't believe it.
Yes.
I says, I went to Leeds Tech. And I said, that's where I worked before I went to Australia.
Right. Oh boy, so. So he had actually personal knowledge of it.
He had, but he had no memory of it.
No memory. Right, where are we going now?
We'll go in here. Now, if you look up there, you'll see that that's a BP sign. Sorry.
Right, where am I going?
Scotch Petrol, 1 and 3
Oh, yes,
gallon.
yes.
Now, you figure that in your head, 1 and 3 a gallon.
1 and 3.
Which is 4.5 litres. So 9 litres is 2 and 6pence.
Why so?
Now, come in here. That's your old telephone there.
Yes,
have it. And look at the price, 2 and 6 a week to rent that phone. Price of 9 litres of petrol in today's money.
That's a very heavy price to pay.
Wasn't it?
Very heavy.
A telephone was a real luxury.
Oh, real luxury.
In its day.
Ah.
And I bought that about 5 years ago down beside Conswater. And a fella here 2 years ago from an English club were over here on a tour in Ireland, and this fellow was playing about with us here. I came in to see what the hell he was doing.
Yes.
He says, where did you get that? I says, I told him where I got it. He says, that's the most accurate one I've tested.
Yes.
I worked in BT&E here for 20 years.
Yes.
And another man here last Saturday, he said the same. He couldn't believe how accurate it is.
That's like something out of Dr. Finley's case book.
It is indeed. This is my model garage, like a garage would have had.
This is a typical garage. Look at the old till boy.
That's right, the old till.
My goodness. My goodness gracious.
There's all the key, the thing for cutting keys with as well.
Right.
And then sometimes those are okay, those machines, if you have the key.
Yes.
But quite often people don't have a key.
Don't have the key.
But they've got a wee book and gives you the code.
Oh, the code.
So that's the machine there. You have the code set, and you set the things round, pick all the different numbers on it.
Yes.
And you press for each one.
Poiso.
That's what that's for.
My goodness gracious. So this would have been an old garage office.
In our office. And there's a radiator of a car called a Moon, an American car.
A Moon.
Now, I bought that about 10 years ago. And the chap that had it for sale, I knew him very well. He was in the police,
Yes.
all his life. And then he was married and got divorced and remarried again. So I says to him, when he sold it, where did you get it? He said, I got it from my ex-father-in-law.
Yes.
And I said, well, why did he have it? He says, during the wartime, when tractors were scarce and everything else, farmers bought an old scrap car, made it into a tractor.
Yes.
So what he did was he had a Morris Cowley bullnose, and the radiator on it was very, very small, and it was overheating all the time, and you had to stop and let it cool and stop and cool. So he went to the scrapyard and put it down, and he bought that
and
there.
Stuck that on it instead.
Now, 2 years ago, a friend of mine for 40 years died, and I bought that radiator in memory of him because he always drove a Bullnose Morris Cowley.
Right.
They went to go home and set that radiator up there, looked down at that, and I could see the boy bought that to put it on the car. That's the original size engine on it. Put that on. Unbelievable.
Absolutely.
Oh
boy, so my goodness gracious. And these are these here are from old
headlights.
Old headlights.
Early cars, yes.
And these the same.
They're the same as well.
Boy, so.
That's why we headlights.
And you would pick those up in an auction.
Different auctions, yes.
Boy, so somebody reading out
That's right.
And it's been land for decades.
Land for decades.
My goodness gracious. And a whole lot of stuff like this.
All the boxes of bulbs and all, and the plug holders there as well.
But you see, if somebody doesn't realise, the importance of this.
That's right.
It will all go. When somebody dies, say a grandfather, or great grandfather, or somebody dies, it'll all go straight to the skip.
Well, that's the way the globes were delivered to the garages in a crate like that. And those are two crates that were never opened.
Never opened?
No.
Boy, so that's brilliant.
And then there's a clock for KLG plugs, and there's more things for KLG plugs. And KLG plugs are a very famous plug. Arthur Guinness's two sons in the early teens were into motor racing, and when we go around to another corner, we'll see the Gordon Bennett race stuff. And in that, in 1903, Britain won the race in 02, so they had to host the race in 03. But we'll see that when we go around the corner. But the English car came last because plugs weren't good.
The plugs.
And Arthur Guinness's son, he perfected plugs.
Right.
And that's that there. Kenelm Lee Guinness, that was his name.
Guinness.
Kenelm Lee Guinness, KLG.
Right, okay.
Very famous plugs.
Boy, so.
People. The early coaches and horse-drawn wagons.
Right.
Coach builders built all them and all the stage coaches.
Right.
There's a Newton Ards one.
So that would have been on a coach going from Belfast to Dublin.
Or things like that, yes.
And stopping at the Downshire Arms or in Banbridge.
And the heavy haulage vehicles as well. The big horse-drawn.
Right.
What they called in those days, they called them a lorry.
Right.
So that's nice to get a Newton Ards one.
Aye, because it's so close by.
It is. But those in an auction.
But you see, a whole lot of people at these auctions wouldn't even know what they're looking at.
Oh, well, there's quite an auction in Newton Ards. This one here. Not 1, 2, 3. James Irvine's.
Boy, so.
Opposite the bus station, as that garage used to be.
Boy, so.
And then all the different oil pourers and fillers.
Right, away we go again. Listen, many thanks for giving me your time here. This is unbelievable.
This is the barrels that were used the petrol came out in before it was, because petrol came in barrels.
Right.
Even today, when you buy oil on the world market, it's sold by the barrel.
That's right.
That's the barrels that were used.
That's right. And
they're
priced by the barrel.
Priced by the barrel, and then after that, when it went into Munster Sims, went into Shell and into BP, all petrol was put into 2-gallon cans.
Up in the top right there.
That's right.
Yes.
And you see on the side of the horse-drawn tanker here as well.
Yes.
Because the first petrol pumps didn't come out in Ireland until 1925.
Right.
So you had to go to hardware shops, bicycle shops, or chemists
your petrol.
to buy your petrol.
Right.
But when you look at the cans, the majority of the cans says motor spirit on them, not petrol. And the reason why it says motor spirit.
Where are we?
No, just go back a wee bit. Look at that sign there.
Oh yes.
Petrol.
Oh yes.
Careless, they registered the word petrol. So if you wanted to use the word petrol, you had to pay them a farthing a gallon.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
So that's why it became known as Brother Spirit then.
Right, okay. My goodness.
Those there are all diggers and machinery that I drove in my time.
JCB, Muirhead.
Ruston Buceris, Muirhill.
I haven't heard of some of those, that Ruston Bucalis.
Ruston Buceris, they were like a 10 RB, the rope operated diggers.
Right.
10 RB, 19 RB, 24 RB.
My goodness.
And that's the road sign up there. A similar one used to be at Carryduff when you're coming from the roundabout towards Belfast.
Yes.
For road of brick linings.
My goodness. Boy, so right. Oh dear. Now, if you have to get away for any other business,
I've left it for free. There's Wickfield oil there. Wordy's, you probably remember Wordy Cowan used to be in wee lorries and wee three-wheel lorries around Belfast.
I don't.
When you were a youngster, so they were the distributors for Wickfield oil.
Right.
And Wickfield oil later became Castrol.
Right.
You see that later on here.
Oh, there's this vehicle out on the road there.
Oh yes, that's it there up at the Temple Golf Club.
Real horses this time.
Real horses in it. Lindsay Hannah.
Oh dear.
Oh, she goes well.
Oh, brilliant.
That's me standing there.
Wearing a younger man's clothes. Boy, so.
Now, this is a human's caravan.
Can I get up into it?
Yes, you can, yes.
Are you going first or will I go first?
You go first.
Right. Oh dear, help us all.
Well, you fall, I'll catch you.
Aye. Oh, this is a workman's caravan, you said.
A showman's caravan.
A showman's caravan. What?
Go down to all the fairs, the
right.
fairs, circuses and things like that.
All right.
And people that owned us here, they had what's called, we call them in Ireland, the hobby horses.
Yes, of course, Mickey Marley.
That's right. So quite often they were, just before you go in,
right,
they were steam driven. So the man that owned this one here, his was steam driven, so he had a steam engine. So fairground people are allowed 3 trailers. So he had a small trailer behind the big lorry with the steam engine in it. Then the next trailer then had all the equipment for it. And then the third trailer was the caravan.
Oh, right.
So you're allowed 3 caravans.
Oh, right. Being pulled.
So I bought this here in October 99. I had one before this and was working at it here. Then I took it round to Ballygowan to the yard and kids got it and burnt it on me. So I had to look for another one. So I bought this.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. But you can.
Now, they lived in this from, I bought this in 99.
Yes.
This was built in 1948. They lived in this all year round. The 2 parents and 4 children. And they had 2 sets of bunk beds that were up here at night and stored in a box in below the wagon here.
Right. So it was in use to 1999?
99, yes.
My goodness.
From 48 to 99.
Why so? And
this and here, sorry, just go back a wee bit there.
Oh, right. This looks like they're bunk beds.
That's a double bed. It folds down.
And what about washing?
Right there. That's your sink.
Out in the yard.
That sink there, or it's out in the yard. That was your washing.
And toilet out in the field.
As well, yes. And that's your wardrobe there for all your clothes. You didn't carry too many clothes, did you?
No.
That's your gas lamps.
Right.
So we would rub it on them in when they were travelling along the road to catch the vase if it fell out.
Wow. Wow.
And then your safe was in behind the mirror.
I'm not far. With a lit.
That was lit.
Boy, so.
When it's lit, you got to stay in here. The heat of it. You have to open the windows to get the heat.
Oh, right.
Lord O'Neill at Shane's Castle, his is the same make as mine. Only his is Mine is 48, his is 1954.
So you have a march on him about 6 years.
6 years, but his is longer because after the war there was a shortage of timber. So they only allowed to build a book to a certain length.
Right.
And mine's one of the last before they got the extra lengths.
Right, go on ahead. Right, we're out of the caravan.
We're now going into the upper shed.
And there's another, my goodness. Oh dear. There's an awful lot to see. You never even opened those.
No, I bought those as a job lot.
Right.
There was 70 in a box lot in an auction.
Yes.
I bought the whole 70 and they were never opened. The man at Glengormley, as we labels on every button in the shop, I never opened them at all. Those are still in the original plastic bag.
The Beano.
And then the wee toy inside the box.
What would those have been? Corgi or something? Or
I forget what make they are.
oh dear knows. The British make that's probably long gone.
That's right, oh aye.
My goodness. And where did you get those? I mean,
In an auction at Glengormley.
Glengormley.
Uh-huh.
And somebody had these up in their roof space.
In
or
a box.
something.
So he must have died and it just sold it as a box lot. All 70 are all there as complete. I didn't know many I was buying or anything else. This here is the Esso area.
Right.
Esso and Pratt's. So, as I said before, they all go from, these are the oldest signs there on the left hand side.
Yes.
And you get the younger ones here to the right.
Oh, I love that.
Pratt's owners were an American company called Standard Oil in America. And then they used the name, in America they used the name Standard Oil, but all over the world they had different countries, different names. In 1935 they decided to have a universal name over the whole world, which became Esso. And Esso stands for Eastern State Standard Oil. So up there you'll see Pratt's High Test, Esso High Test, Pratt's Esso, Esso Ethel. So the brands all go there.
There's the big tagger.
Put a tagger in your tank.
Put a tagger in your tank,
that's
boy.
right.
Oh my goodness.
And then here, then you've all the Esso crates of bottles. Now, pre-partition, Pratt's parent company in England, the whole British Isles in Ireland was Anglo-American Oil Company Limited. So then after partition, down south became the Irish-American Oil Company Limited. So you have those are the Anglo-American bottles there, and these are the Irish-American bottles in Ireland. And then these are the wee road signs.
Road signs.
Still in the highway code.
Yes.
You in the playground. That's what they were for.
Oh yes. Oh, look at that. My goodness.
These here were the price tickets that were in the petrol pumps as well.
Yes.
Those are the Anglo-American ones, and these are the Irish-American ones. And then the same with the manual covers, the petrol, that's the Anglo-American one at the bottom, Irish-American one at the top. They're like hen cease to get. Now, Esso made tyres as well, and that's 2 brand new Esso tyres.
Right.
So I bought those at James Castle one year, at the beginning of May, and then at the end of the month in Wickfield auctions I bought that one there. No, sorry, I bought that in Limerick. Esso tyres and tubes. So after I bought that, I was in Wickfield auctions. A friend of mine was there, and he asked me what have I bought, what goodies have I bought lately, and I told him about buying the 2 tyres and the sign.
Yes.
I says the tyre sign is nice because it's got tyres on one end and tubes on the other.
Yes.
I says to him, I've got the tyres but I haven't got the tubes.
Right.
You have, Raymond? I haven't. You have. So I said no more. Now, come over here. So the next day he saw me. He says, didn't I tell you, Raymond, you've got tubes as well? There's 2 brand new Esso tubes still in the bag. It says, made in the Republic of Ireland.
Boy, so. Dear oh.
You couldn't make it up, sure you couldn't.
No, absolutely not.
And that's a photograph, big photograph there of the garage that carried up before the roundabout was made.
Right.
And that was the fork in the road. That brings you to St. Field and Patrick, and that takes you to Ballygowan. That house there is still there to this very day. I see it was rented out there last month.
That must be what, late 50s?
Yes, 58, 60 time.
Right. Boy, so. Boy, you have so much. You have so much.
And then you come on down here.
I love this. I love this.
The SA, it's not for a bloody sore arse.
Do you ever start these bikes up?
To be honest with you, I was bikes 13 or 14 years and they've never been started from I bought them. Never have.
I'll say nothing.
The man who bought them from is now dead, and he had them out every year at the Northwest races. You know, he used to have a thing on a Wednesday or Thursday night.
So the red petrol in the tank would be dosed.
All dosed.
So it would need to be, but it's possible in the carburetor, so carbs would need to be
all cleaned out.
all cleaned out. Big job for somebody.
Right. Well, when we're down below, I said to you about the Motor Union. They were formed in 1902, so they put up the signs in the roads as well, let people know where they were going, and then did the wee books. And then in 1905, the AA formed. They were basically formed, the main reason at the start was because speed cops were everywhere in those days, and they raised the speed limit from 12 mile an hour to 20 mile an hour.
Yes.
So all lampposts and whole British Isles, for some reason, were all set the same distance apart.
Yes.
So you were timed between two lampposts.
Yes.
And that's how they worked out your speed.
My goodness.
So when you joined the AA then, you put a badge in the front of your car, and when they met you, the AA man met you on the road, you got a salute. But as the speed cops up the road, you got no salute, so that was your signal.
All right.
Now, I have a set of badges here, a set of 3. It's bought from a lady in Ballyclare. Those 3 badges there, that's your armband, but because they employed retired soldiers, they had the khaki uniform, so that's how the khaki uniform came about.
All
with
right.
Retired soldiers.
All right.
So there's your arm, the badge there you put in your arm,
Yes.
and then your bicycle badge, and then that's your cap badge. Your set of 3 badges.
Right. And there's all the fans.
Now, I said to the lady, those were her grandfather's badges.
Right.
Says, where was your grandfather based? Ballymoney.
Ballymoney.
Would you thought away then that speed cops would have been based at Ballymoney?
Right, so.
You wouldn't have dreamt it.
My goodness. My goodness. Yeah. I'm looking at that in behind you there, that boil.
With a broken arm.
You've got this.
I don't know what that means. I haven't a clue. I bought it in England. The whole thing is 1 unit.
Right. My goodness. This is brilliant. Absolutely amazing. Bally James Duff.
Aye.
Come back, Paddy Riley.
Go back, Paddy Riley, indeed. And there's only a sign there. It was used with by water on it. Innisby St Cross, an ancient church, 8 mile by water. That came off the bridge in Enniskillen.
Right. Wowee. Macroom.
Macroom down in Cork.
And Tullamore.
Now, 3 years ago, when the golf was on at Portrush, I remember one of the fellas being asked, why are so many golf courses called links golf courses? And the fellow says, because they're beside the sea and very sandy.
Yes.
That's what he said.
Yes.
That was in July. August that year, there was an auction in England with signs in it. And those signs were in it, those 3 signs there. And Ross Cray is right in the middle of Ireland, down in the bog of Ireland.
Well, it wasn't near the sea, and it wasn't sand here.
No, so that's why I bought that.
Boy, so
To prove.
he was wrong.
Uh-huh.
Boy, so
It's hard to believe 2/3 of these Irish signs I bought them across the water, not here.
why would that be?
Don't know. There's the last two about are Glenarm and Ferries for Larne as well. But those are by in East Anglia, right at the sea.
My goodness. Boy, so.
Now there's one there now, your language, about that's from a boy he used to live in South Africa. There's it there in
South Africa.
and Afrikaans.
Afrikaans.
And the other side is English on the other side of it.
Oh dear.
See, look, there's South Africa.
Yes, yes, yes. Boy, so.
And that's the ancient church in St. Cross, but that'll be in Ballygowan.
My goodness. You must be all over the country.
Oh,
and UK mainland.
The whole British Isles I've known everywhere.
See, here's that boy coming from over.
I bought a sign in Castle Blaney last night
Yes.
at 9:30.
Right.
And I rang them to pay them this morning at 10:30. And I says to him, there'll be a fella called Patty Connolly. Some of his family will be coming today to collect it.
Yes.
So I rang Patty Connolly to tell him I bought a sign last night. So I said, right, I stayed on Raymond. I left at dinner time when my son goes home for his dinner. I'll be seeing him at a rally down in Monaghan on Sunday. So he left in Monaghan for me on Sunday.
Brilliant.